Are you looking for an everyday camera bag that's not too big and bulky, super lightweight, going to protect all of your gear and affordable? Then this might be the bag for you. And this is the K&F CONCEPT professional camera bag, so without further ado, let's see what this bag has to offer. And I think the first thing we should actually talk about is the look and design of this bag, and as you can tell, it doesn't really look like a camera bag at all, and I think that is a good thing. I don't want it to scream, I've got loads of camera gear and lenses and accessories and laptops hidden away in this bag. So having a bag which just looks like a normal backpack I think is a very, very good thing. And if we actually look at the design of it, I think it's actually very, very nice and professional and high quality at the same time. It doesn't feel cheap, the material feels really hard wearing. It doesn't feel like it's going to rip or scratch or break or anything like that. And this material is splash proof, but we obviously don't really want to be using this bag in the rain.
No.
You're not going to jump on the bag, you donut. Oh, God.
Well, this is a real life bag test.
One of the things which I have really noticed, the zips are very, very high quality. And having high quality zips on a camera bag is a definite must, because the last thing we want is it to get stuck or caught or break or potentially flip open with our camera gear in it, and these zips do not feel like they're going to break at all. They also have this nice little bit of elastic on it as well, which just makes the action of opening the zip even better. And if you're wearing gloves, if you're out in super cold places, it makes it a lot easier to be able to open the bag in cold conditions. On the bottom we have this hard wearing material, so when we sit this down on the ground, if it's on some wet grass or some gravel or something, we don't have to worry about it scratching or breaking or protruding through the bottom of the bag, again to keep our camera gear protected inside. Also on the bottom of the bag we have these extra straps, so we can actually clip some accessories onto it if we need to. One side doesn't have anything on, but on the other side we can actually carry and store a tripod. There's also a small little zip here where we can maybe put a memory card or a spare battery. There's also a zip and a hidden little compartment on the very, very front of this bag as well, where we can maybe store our passports or maybe a little notepad or something. Now, if we open up the very front of this bag, this is where our laptop is stored at the front. It does say up to a 13.3 inch laptop can fit in this bag, but I have a 15-inch MacBook Pro which fits in there no problem. There's also a few extra pockets as well we can store some extra accessories in. Now, if we flip the bag over onto its front, we can actually unzip the back of this bag, and by doing that we actually reveal the main section of this bag, and this is where we will store our cameras, our lenses, our drones, or whatever we want to store in the main section of this bag. And the bag has lots of these different Velcro separators as well, so we can actually position these wherever we want to actually deal with the actual equipment in the bag. And the outside of the bag and these separators have this really nice hard wearing foam on the inside to help protect our gear from any knocks or bumps. And strangely, one thing I really like about this bag is this tiny bit of elastic right here with Velcro on, because it just straps and holds our camera in position, so if we open the bag we don't have to worry about the camera falling out. And on the very back of the bag we actually have a few extra pockets as well to store some accessories, so we can actually zip stuff in here and don't have to worry about it falling out. And there's also this extra sleeve up here which we can just put some cables or something in. And one of the main and best things I've noticed about this bag is how light it is. It's like a feather, it doesn't weigh anything at all, and it doesn't feel like it's being compromised in any way to lose quality, because it feels high quality. You've got the high quality zips, the high quality material, you've got the foam and the padding on the inside, and still they've managed to make it super lightweight as well. And the price is currently on offer on Amazon for $44.99 in the UK and $79.99 in the US. And considering it's such a gorgeous evening, I thought I'd come out with little Riley boy right now with the bag and do a proper field test, literally in a field with this camera bag. Go on, everybody. Go on. So when I first got the bag, I wasn't too sure of how much equipment I could actually fit into it, because it seems quite small. It's definitely just like a hand luggage size bag. I've just looked up the size of baggage allowance on most airlines, and this bag is actually just under most airline companies' baggage allowance, so you shouldn't have any problems getting on an airplane with this bag. But now if we open it up, you can see that I've actually got my Canon 60 with an L lens in it. I've got my Mavic Pro and the controller, but there's also some space as well, which actually can fit this camera which I'm filming this video on, which is the GH5, and also the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, which I'm also recording with right now. fits in this bag. So I'm actually very, very surprised of how much equipment I can fit into it, considering how small the footprint of the bag actually is. Now, after using this bag for a while, there are a few things that have stood out to me. And one of those things is there's no side access or easy access into this bag. And if you want to get a camera or a lens out, you have to fully take it off of your bag, lay it down flat and open up the back to get to your camera gear and equipment. If there was like a nice side access pocket, we could actually get a lens in and out or a camera in and out easily without taking the bag fully off. I think that would be a very nice thing to see. Being able to carry a small tripod on the side of the bag is a really good thing, but one thing to point out is this here. This doesn't actually click open at all, so your tripod leg has to slide through here, and if your tripod has one of those attachments halfway up the leg, it's not going to slide down past here and be able to go into this little foot sleeve. Also, if this could move up or down, I think would be a good thing. For instance, if I want to carry a little Gorilla tripod on the side of this bag, I put it into the foot sleeve, then it's too small to actually go in here. So depending on what tripod you have really depends on if you can actually use this or not. Also, one thing I've noticed with this part of the bag is we have a zip down here we can store stuff in, so we can keep it all nice and secure and safe, but this top bit doesn't have a zip at all. So if we store anything in here and we undo the bag, it could potentially come flying out and potentially break, or we could lose it. So we don't want to store anything valuable in this section of the bag. And one thing I'd have really liked to have seen with this bag is maybe one or two small little zip pockets as well. We could store our SD cards or micro SD cards in. So what I have noticed about this bag and wearing it out and about now is it doesn't really have any back support or anything to it. One thing to point out is the bag is super comfortable. It has like really squishy shoulder pads, and it doesn't feel like you're wearing the bag at all. And that takes me on to my next point, and one of the best things about this bag is it is super light. Obviously it depends of how much stuff you actually put in the bag, but one of the highlights and one of the best things about the bag is the weight and how lightweight it actually is. So my final thoughts on this bag, and I have to be honest with you, this bag was sent to me, and before I received it I was a little bit skeptical. I was thinking, is it really going to be that good? Is it going to feel cheap? Is it going to feel reliable? Is it going to be durable enough for how I use the bag? Am I really going to trust it putting my expensive camera gear in it? And after a while, it ticked all the boxes. It's durable, it's hard wearing, it's customizable, and it is super lightweight, and I really feel like it's going to be my new go-to day bag. I would highly recommend this bag if you are interested in getting one of these. I will link it in the description down below. You can go over and check it out yourself. So thank you to K&F Concept for sending me this camera bag, and I really hope you guys have found this video interesting and informative. If you have, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep on creating.